and we're gonna talk about content editing. Hope you enjoy this video. Content editing is checking and changing the text for ideas, like structural editing. Content editing is divided into two. The first one is micro level and the second one is macro level. In principle, this chapter will discuss about macro level text that are mostly frequently asked by translators to perform, namely logical and mathematical error correction. Macro level. At the macro level, the editor may suggest or require major change in the copy coherence of the document. Major addition or subtraction may be required for an audience to incorporate the latest development in the subject or to difference a book from another book on the same topic. Sometimes a major reduction is required to make the text fit into the available space. Macro level content function as a social gatekeeper, which means it can act out of the institution which ideological view. They can censor corrected material prior to publication, removing parts that are ideological unacceptable.
6.2 Factual errors. One reason specialized text needs to be contaminated by subject matter specialists is that others may not recognize factual errors. But factual errors may also come up in otherwise unspecialized text, and it will not always be obvious through self-contradiction that there is an error. Factual error also include more modern things such as incorrect street addresses, incorrect website addresses, not quite right book titles, or names of organization. For example, North Bainbridge West Lovers Society instead of West Lovers Association of North Bainbridge, and incorrect references such as the was on page 406 and page 306 of volume 3, number 2 of the journal Zoology.
And the next logical error. Learning programming language will also not be done instantly. The reason is there are several challenges when studying this matter. For example, there isn't an error that causes an error to make the website or application unable to function optimally, as explained by editing. Logical error are the most difficult error to detect. This is because an error one does occurs not because of a typo or error in the runtime process. However, it's also because the programmer or in using the algorithm.
Mathematical issues arise in many things which are not scientific, technical, or financial. Sometimes a mathematical error just arises from carelessness. For example, the decimal point is in the wrong place, or the addition is wrong. 68% of the respondents to the survey were men and 42% were women. Harder to spot are cases where literally only incorrect or treatment of conceptually. Very common are problems with present tense. An increase in weight from 2 grams to 7 grams is a 250%. Increase but drop in weight from 7 grams to 2 grams is not, as one waiter seems to have dropped a 250% decrease. In the case of 5 or 7, which is extremely 70.
And now, I will present my material about content editing during translation. The factual, logical, and mathematical errors discussed above may of course be present in your source text when you are translating. Unless instructed otherwise, You should correct logical and mathematical error in the translation and append a note to the client pointing them out, so that action can be taken to correct the source text if the client will be publishing the source along with the translation. Factual errors should be corrected if they seem to be inadvertent, but not if they are important as indicator of the author's ignorance of the facts. In the latter case, you may want to indicate that error is due to the author, not the translator, by writing in the body of the text. And next, the simple correction of logical error. The source text that has we evaluated, analyzed, and gathered the data. And next, the temporal sequence here make not the sense, and so mentally added to. We gathered, analyze, and evaluate the data before translating.
Okay, the next material about content editing after translation. What is content editing after translation? Editing content after translation is an effort where the translator will edit the content again or improve the revised content after translation, meaning that editing content after translation does not exist anymore, because they think that editing content after editing is not important. It turns out the assumption is wrong because of the fact that after the translation has finished translation a concept, they will make a revision before the translation is really present. If something is wrong, it can be corrected immediately.